Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jai Shri Bhagavan ki Jai. Thank you, Srimad Paramahamsa, Pri Radhikacharya Stotra Satta Sri Srimad Divine Grace. Boy Charandarvind Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Skandi Viti Founder Acharyas Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki, Samavata Bhaktivinoda ki, Harinam Sankirtan ki, Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Jai Gauda Pimanande. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru, to Sri Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Agyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Takchurinmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Parakamalam Sri Gurun Vaisnavam Sya Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Ragunatam Vitam Tvam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakanditam Scha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kancana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Deshabhanu Suti Devi Pranamami Hare Priye Vanchakalpa Tarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Vyayevacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narotamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is a very means of conquest, let us first offer respectful obeisances unto Narayana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, unto Narayana Rishi, the Supremmost Human Being, unto Mother Saraswati, the Goddess of Learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Nasta Prayesha Badreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Tamasloke Bhaktir Bhaviti Naistiki. By regularly hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam and by rendering service unto the pure devotee, all that is troublesome within the heart becomes destroyed practically to nil, and loving devotional service unto the Supreme Lord, who is praised with transcendental songs, becomes established as an irrevocable fact. Idam Bhagavatam Nama Puranam Brahma Samhitam Tamasloka Charitam Chakara Bhagavan Rishi Nishreyasaya Lokasya Dhanyam Swastayanam Maha. The Srimad Bhagavatam, known as the Grantaraj, the king of all Vedic literatures, is the literary incarnation of God. It is compiled by the incarnation of God, Srila Vyasadeva. It is meant for the ultimate good of all people. It is all successful, all blissful, and all perfect. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Sarabhyaya Namaha. Om Sarabhyaya Namaha. Om Sarabhyaya Namaha. Mukam karoti vasalam pangum langayate girim yat kripa tamaham bande Sri Gurum Dinataranam. Yat kripa tamaham bande Sri Gurum Dinataranam. Hare Krishna. Welcome to our Bhagavatam class. We are continuing from Canto number 1, chapter 3, entitled Krishna is the source of all incarnations. And today, text number 6. Sa eva pratamam devaha kumaram sargam asritaha chachara dushcharam brahma brahmacharyam akanditam. Sa eva pratamam devaha kumaram sargamasritaha chachara dushcharam brahma brahmacharyam akanditam. Sa eva pratamam deva kumaram sargamasritaha chachara dushcharam brahma brahmacharyam akanditam. Sa eva pratamam deva kumaram sargamasritaha chachara dushcharam brahma brahmacharyam akanditam.
Sa eva
pratamam deva
kumaram
sargamasritaha
chachara
dushcharam brahma
brahmacharyam akanditam.
brahmacharyam akanditam.
Sa eva pratamam
deva
kumaram
sargamasritaha
chachara dushcharam brahma brahmacharyam akanditam.
Saha, that eva certainly pratamam first devaha supreme Lord kumaram named the kumaras unmarried sargam creation asritaha under chachara perform dushcharam very difficult to do brahma in the order of Brahman. Brahmacharyam under discipline to realize the absolute Brahman. Akanditam unbroken. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. First of all, in the beginning of creation, there were the 4 unmarried sons of Brahma, the Kumaras, who, being situated in a vow of celibacy, underwent severe austerities for realization of the absolute truth. Kindly repeat after me. First of all, in In the beginning of creation,
in beginning of creation,
there were the four unmarried
and four unmarried
sons of Brahma,
sons of Brahma,
the Kumaras,
Kumaras,
who,
who,
being situated in a vow of celibacy,
situated
underwent severe austerities
for
for realization
realization
of the absolute truth. Purport: the creation of the material world is affected, maintained, and then again annihilated at certain intervals. So there are different names of the creations in terms of the particular types of Brahma, the father of the living beings in the creation. The Kumaras, as above mentioned, appeared in the Komara creation of the material world, and to reach and to teach us the process of Brahman realization, they underwent a severe type of disciplinary action as bachelors. These Kumaras are empowered incarnations, and before executing the severe type of disciplinary actions, all of them became qualified Brahmanas. This example suggests that one must first acquire the qualification of a Brahmana, not simply by birth, but also by quality, and then one can undergo the process of Brahman realization. Translation again. First of all, in the beginning of the creation, there were four unmarried sons of Brahma, the Kumaras, who, being situated in the vow of celibacy, underwent severe austerities for realization of the absolute truth. So here it mentions how, um, according to the Brahma, there are different names of creation. This creation is called the Komara creation. Just like every day, the sun is rising every day, but every day is different. Today we have 4 people, Mangalarti. Yesterday we had 8 people. Every day is different. So like this, every creation is also different. And this mentions how at the beginning of this creation in which we are living now, the first created living entities who appeared are the 4 Kumaras. So these 4 Kumaras, they are empowered incarnation. Empowered incarnation means Shakta Vaishavatar. And they appear to teach the process of Brahman realization. Actually, that is the special responsibility of Brahmanas. Brahmana, the word Brahman. Brahman means the spiritual dimension of life. Brahman means uh, different levels of Brahman realization. Brahmiti, Paramatmiti, Bhagavan, iti sabjati, which is nicely described in the Srimad Baghavatham. And Prabhupada makes a point at the end of the purport here that to undergo the process of Brahman realization, one must acquire the qualification of a Brahmana. And what are the qualifications of a Brahmana? Of course, they're mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita. That is the unique feature of Vedic culture. It has this system of brahmacharya life. And it begins with tapasya. Tapasya brahmacharyena samena cha damena cha. The specific quality of brahmachari is that samena cha damena cha, controlling the mind and controlling the senses. And this is best done when one is at a younger stage of life. Actually, yesterday I went to take lunch with one of our devotees here in Mayapur who has some children in Gurukula. So, Gurukula, Prabhupada is giving very important instruction in the Gita Nagari essay. Prabhupada was envisioning that when we will start Gurukula, children should be not more than 8 years old. If they come later, then there may be so many different bad habits. So this is indicated here also, that from Komara age means actually from the age of 5. So Prabhupada also indicated Gurukula actually should begin at early age, so that there is more opportunity to learn nicely and to be safe and protected in Gurukul surrounding. So that's an important point actually. So this last sentence here is important. The example of the 4 Kumaras suggests that one must first acquire the qualifications of a Brahmana, not simply by birth, but also by quality. And then one can undergo the process of Brahman realization. So that was the traditional system. From a very young age, one would be admitted in Gurukula. So we'll read a few more verses here. Text number 7. Dvitiyam tu bhava yasya
Dvitiyam tu bhavasya
rasatala gatam mahim
rasatala gatam mahim
udarishyan upadatta
uddarishan upadatta
jagnesha sokaram vapuhu.
yajnesha shaukaram vapuho.
Translation. The supreme enjoyer of all sacrifices accepted the incarnation of a boar, the second incarnation. So this reference, yes, to the four Kumaras. They are the first created beings, and they are considered as, first incarnation. So we'll be reading about the different incarnations. Here, the second incarnation being the boar incarnation. Translation. The supreme enjoyer of all sacrifices accepted the incarnation of the boar, second incarnation, and for the welfare of the earth, he lifted the earth from the nether regions of the universe. Purport. The indication is that for each and every incarnation of the personality of Godhead, the particular function executed is also mentioned. There cannot be an incarnation without a particular function, and such functions are always extraordinary. They are impossible for any living being to perform. The incarnation of the boar was to take the earth out of Pluto's region of filthy matter. Picking up something from a filthy place is done by a boar, and the all-powerful personality of Godhead displayed this wonder to the Asuras, who had hidden the earth in such a filthy place. There is nothing impossible for the personality of Godhead. And although he played the part of a boar, by the devotees he is worshipped, staying always in transcendence. So a few points Prabhupada is mentioning, that not only are different incarnations mentioned in the Shastra, but also what purpose, what will be their activity is also mentioned. And in this particular incarnation, the Lord took the form of a boar, um, which is um, in itself, of course, also extraordinary. Um, and although he took the form of a boar, the devotees know that it's a transcendental boar, spiritual, because boar means pig. Pig are usually very dirty. They stay in filthy place. But when the Lord assumes the form of a boar to perform a particular activity, he remains fully spiritual, transcendental. Janma karma same didyam evam jogeti tatvataha taktva punar janma naiti mam eti sorjuna. So all the activities of Krishna directly and all the incarnations, all the activities of the different incarnations of Krishna are also uh, fully transcendental, and therefore the devotees of the Lord um, glorify the Lord for performing such kind of activities. So that is the second incarnation being listed here. Let's see how many are being listed. Eighth incarnation. So this is not Das Avatar. Das Avatar is different. Ninth. Let's go to 12, 14, 18, 19. Let's see, after 19. That's very interesting. Here it mentions 19th and 20th incarnation is Balaram and Krishna. And it's 19 and 20. And then right after that, that means 21, is the appearance of Lord Buddha. 21. But Lord Buddha is part of the Das Avatar. 21. And then then 22, the incarnation of Kalki Avatar. Uh, so after mentioning all of these incarnations, the conclusion, which is, is that Krishna is the origin of all these different incarnations. This is what this chapter is describing. Yes. And yes. So that takes us, text number 44. So, yeah, we'll read one more text, which is number 8. Tritiyam Rishi Sargam Vai Devarshitvam Upetya Saha Tantram Satvatam Achasta Naiskarmyam Karmanam Yataha. Translation: in the millennium of the rishis, the personality of God had accepted the third empowered incarnation in the form of Devarshi Narada, who is a great sage among the demigods. He collected expositions of the Vedas which deal with devotional service and which inspire non-fruitive action. So like the Goswamis of Vrindavan, they collected from the Vedas. Uh, we chant every day. Nana Shastra Vicharanai Kani Puno Sadharma Samstapako Lokanam Hitakarino Tribhuvane Manyo Saranya Karo Radha Krishna Padara Binda Bhajata Nandena Mataliko Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyugo Sri Jiva Gopalako Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyugo Sri Jiva Gopalako. I offer respectful obeisances unto the six Goswamis, namely Sri Sanatana Goswami, Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Raghunatha Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunatha Dasa Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, Sri Gopala Bhatta Goswami, who are very expert in scrutinizingly studying all the revealed scriptures with the aim of establishing eternal religious principles for the welfare of all human beings. Thus they are honored all of the three worlds, and they are worth taking shelter of because they are absorbed in the mood of the gopis, and they are engaged in the transcendental loving service of Sri Radha and Krishna. So here it mentions the same, that Narada Muni, Devarshi Narada, collected expositions of the Vedas which deal with devotional service. So that's why Narada Muni is very special to the Vaishnavas. There are two reasons why Narada Muni is special to the Vaishnavas. This is one of them. He is having deeply studied and extracted from the Vedas, Vedic literatures, subject matters related to the science of devotional service. So he is an authority on bhakti, devotional service, number one. And secondly, Srila Narada Muni is also expert on the subject matter of Varnashrama Dharma. So, in other words, these two levels or dimensions or features of Dharma, spiritual Swadharma, which is bhakti, the essence of that is bhakti, devotional service to Krishna, and then material Swadharma, which is the science of Varnashrama Dharma, which is material science, material scientific arrangement of society and relationships within that social framework. That also Narada Muni is very expert. So for these two reasons, Narada Muni is highly regarded by the Vaishnavas. So let's see what Prabhupada is telling here in the purport. Yeah. The great Rishi Narada, who is an empowered incarnation of the personality of Godhead, propagates devotional service all over the universe. All great devotees of the Lord all over the universe and in different planets and species of life are his disciples. That means he has many disciples. Srila Vyasadeva, the compiler of the Srimad Bhagavatam, is also one of his disciples. And Narada is the author of the Narada Pancharatra, which is the exposition of the Vedas, particularly for the devotional service of the Lord. This Narada Pansaratra trains the karmis, or the fruitive workers, to achieve liberation from the bondage of fruitive work. The conditioned souls are mostly attracted by fruitive work because they want to enjoy life by the sweat of their own brows. The whole universe is full of fruitive workers in all species of life. The fruitive works include all kinds of economic development plans. But the law of nature provides that every action has its own resultant reaction, and the performer of the work is bound up by such reactions, good or bad. The reaction of good work is comparative material prosperity, whereas the reaction of bad work is comparative material distress. But material conditions, either in so-called happiness or in so-called distress, are all meant ultimately for distress only. Foolish materialists have no information of how to obtain eternal happiness and the unconditional state. Sri Narada informs these foolish fruitive workers how to realize the reality of happiness. He gives direction to the diseased men of the world how one's present engagement can lead one to the path of spiritual emancipation. The physician directs the patient to take treated milk in the form of curd for his suffering from indigestion due to his taking another milk preparation. So the cause of the disease and the remedy of the disease may be the same, but it must be treated by an expert physician like Narada. The Bhagavad Gita also gives the same solution of serving the Lord by the fruits of one's labor. That will lead one to the path of Naiskarmya, or liberation. Yes. So this is some information about the third empowered incarnation, Devarshi Narada. Okay, we can stop here for now. Jai Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Jai Srila Prabhupada ki, Jai.
His Holiness Bhakti Raghava Swami Maharaj ki Jai.